Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Conscious Maths with Ordinary Sam. If you are a returning subscriber, I'd like to say thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're new, thank you for coming. Why not consider subscribing? I guarantee you will have no regrets doing that. That's right. That's right. That's right. Today, I have Simi as my witness that you are the treasure that I've been waiting for to have an encounter with this concept. I want you to know that I need you to understand that this concept we're about dealing with is not out of this world. They are relatable. My heart goes out for you. I try to explain this to you so that it becomes very clear. Apply your mind, keep it open, and then you will get it. There is nothing cast in stone. My heart beats for you. Thank you. Now, we're going to be looking at solving quadratic equations by factorization. Our learning objective is to solve quadratic equations of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not 1. I want you to know that I may not be able to give you the whole world, but what I have is what I'm giving to you. Please take it, use it. It will do you good. I will take some examples to explain this concept, and then I will leave you with some problems that I'm very sure you'll be able to deal with. Here's my first example. Solve the quadratic equation below by factorization. Now, there is a video before this, which is a link to this. I will drop the link below. I will expect that you watch it if you are going to be needing it, because that will help you understand this concept, and this is an extension of that. So this is 4x squared plus 40x plus 100 is equal to 0. Look at your a. In this case, the number attached to x squared, which is 4. If you can go into each of the other terms, please go ahead and divide. Otherwise, I will tell you what to do. So here it can, so I'll divide it by 4, divide it by 4, divide it by 4, and divide it by 4 on both sides to maintain balance. So 4 divided by 4, we have x squared left. 40 divided by 4, we have 10, and the x left. 100 divided by 4 is 25. 0 divided by 4 is 0. Our balance is maintained. Next, open your two brackets and write the variables in the brackets. So go to the instruction up there. It has said that if the last term is a plus, then the middle term will stay in the bracket. Yes, the last term is a plus, plus 25. The middle term is coincidentally a plus, so plus stays in the brackets. Then ask yourself, what are the two numbers that when I multiply, I will get 25? And when I add them, I will have 5. So I have 10. The number is 5. So I'll write 5 here and 5 here. Remember to put your equal to 0. We all know that for two numbers to multiply and the result becoming 0, at least one of them is 0. So that means x plus 5, the first one, is 0, or the second one, x plus 5, is 0. Therefore, making x the subject, we can easily find out that the first x is equal to minus 5, and the second x is also equal to minus 5. So the answer is s is equal to minus 5, or x is equal to minus 5. You may choose to write it as s is equal to minus 5 twice. That is also allowed. Our second example is this. In this case, I would advise that you expand the bracket first and foremost. So expanding this bracket, 2p multiplied by 4p becomes 8p squared plus 2p multiplied by 3, 6p, then plus 1 is equal to 0. Now, 8, which is the a, which is the number attached to variable squared, cannot go into 6 and 1 without remainder. So you leave it as it is. Open your bracket this time around as it is, equal to 0. The variable you are dealing with is p, so I have p and p. Again, look at the instruction up there. If the last term is a plus, the middle term will stay. Coincidentally, again, the middle term is a plus, so plus and plus. This time around, you say the first number, which is 8, multiplied by the last number, which is 1. What do you have? 8. And then the middle term is a 6. What are the two numbers that when you multiply, you get an 8, and you add, you get a 6? They are 4 and 2. Now, because the first term is an 8, you take the 4 and the 2 and divide each of them by 8. So this becomes p plus 4 divided by 8 is a half, and p plus 2 divided by 8 is a quarter, equal to 0. Again, like we said the other time, when two numbers multiply and is equal to 0, at least one of them is 0. So we don't know which. So it's either p plus half is actually 0, or p plus a quarter is the one that is 0. Therefore, we can simply conclude that p is equal to negative half, or p is negative quarter. These are the two values that p should be, so that the equation becomes balanced. The left hand side will be equal to 0. The next example is this: 3x squared plus x minus 2 is equal to 0. Again, there is nothing to divide, so I'll open my brackets straight away this way, equal to 0. The variable I'm dealing with this time around is x and x. Now look at the instruction up there. If the last sign is a minus, then you will write opposite signs in the bracket. I will advise you to start with a plus, because plus is the sign that is in the middle. Then I'll write minus. Next, I will take the first number multiplied by the last number. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Question: what are the two numbers that when I multiply I get 6? But when I subtract, it will give me a 1. The numbers are 3 and 2. The bigger of the two factors should stay in the first bracket, and the other one stays in the second one. In the first bracket, because the first bracket has the sign of the middle term. Having done this, you take the first number and divide like we did the other time. Divide this way, so that next line becomes x plus 1 and x minus 2/3 equal to 0. Now we are solving for x. For two numbers to multiply and the answer is 0, at least one of them is 0. We do not know which one, so we say x plus 1 is 0, or x take away 2/3 is 0, so that finally x is equal to -1, or x is equal to 2/3. Clearly stated. I'm sure this is very relatable and is very clear. Finally, I have this. Again, 7 is able to cut down the other numbers, break them down. So why not? I'll just go ahead and break down by 7, by 7, by 7, and by 7. This becomes x squared, take away 2x, take away 24 is equal to 0. Open my brackets this way, equal to 0. The variable I'm dealing with is x and x. The last sign is minus. Therefore, I am going to write opposite signs in the bracket. I will start with minus because the middle term is minus. So I have minus and then a plus. Now, I will ask myself, what are the numbers that when I multiply, I will get 24. The two numbers that when I multiply, I get 24. But when I subtract, it will give me 2. The numbers are 6 and 4. Again, the bigger of these two numbers should stay in the first bracket, while the other one stays in the second one, because the first bracket contains the sign of the middle term. So with this, we can easily see that for two numbers to multiply and the answer is 0, at least one of them is 0. So it's either that x minus 6 is 0 or x plus 4 is 0. Therefore, x, making x the subject in the first case, becomes, taking 6 minus 6 to the other side, it becomes plus 6, because when you change side, you change sign. Or x equal to, when plus 4 crosses to the other side, becomes minus 4. Here are the two values we are looking at. So this is clear. This is very straightforward. This is very fast. This is quick. Here are 12 questions that are relatable, that you can challenge yourself to deal with. If you look at number 9, for example, you are expected to move everything to one side. So 40 square, you have 40 square minus 2090 plus 7, because when you change side, you change sign, equal to 0, and then you can deal with them. Make attempt on this question and get back to me. Let me see what you have been able to do. I'll be very glad to explain further if you need more light. Thank you so much for listening to me, and then share with me what you have learned in the comment section below. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you and I care about you. I love you.